How does architectural clients find you? Finding a right architects where client come to you. How does it happen? Like naturally.
Many designers are actually scared of doing projects outside.
How do you manage that the quality does not slip? Like you're maintaining that kind of quality and managing 20 cities at one go. What is the highest ticket size, like highest budget? What do you manage till date?
I think we are doing around 15 CR, 20 CR.
20 CR
Yeah.
for a project.
Construction cost I'm talking about, it may get higher cost for the Pune.
So when client hires you, they hire you for contractors also, not just for design.
We are the consultant, but we have our own contractors.
And you
through
mentioned
that-
about references. You take references of the where they got the home done, like from the people whom they
Yeah, initially the work which they have done, we talked to those people. Was their experience good with him, or they were fed up of him, or exactly what? Because everyone have their own stories.
Okay.
So it's always better to cross-check the whole background and then come to the decision.
I will tell you, so I follow a process of ABCD in my life.
Okay.
That is A for attitude, B for belief, C for consistency, and D for decision. I've seen one of the video of Ronaldo. He just said once, "Ki I can give you the roadmap, but you cannot be a Ronaldo because you cannot do the consistency forever."
Hi, welcome to my podcast, Nikunj, Amrita.
Thank you.
Hi.
So tell me about yourself, how you guys started off the studio and what is Enarchment all about? And tell me about your journey, how you guys met. And tell me more in terms of what you guys do. We'll start with
So,
you.
I am architect by profession. I did my architecture from Mumbai Sir J.J. School of Architecture and did masters from Oxford Brookes University.
Yeah, so I'm a civil engineer by profession. I did my bachelor's from MIT Pune. After that, I did my master from University of Manchester back in UK.
And what do you do your masters in?
It was in construction project management.
Construction project. So you have a very strong base of project management.
Yes.
And
yes.
that's a great combination of having a civil engineer and architect.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah,
pre-decide how you guys get married and
So
get
it
together.
was totally a arranged marriage.
It was
so,
arranged marriage.
yeah.
Super.
So it was,
Surprisingly.
yeah. And then after we got married, we thought that we can start a consultancy firm of designing, and he has a strong management skills. So eventually, we started our firm in 2014.
And I think so. The biggest challenge, what happens is designer who does not have an experience of a project management like a civil engineer.
Yeah.
That does it help, or is it something where it's just for the namesake where the civil engineer and the architect come along well? How are your functions divided?
I think it is totally on your belief. For initial 4-5 years, we thought, oh my God, what is happening? Because we were doing same things, everything together, and it was all. Later on, we realized that he have some qualities that I doesn't have, and then I have some qualities that he doesn't have. So we started acknowledging other
What is complementing? So what
complimenting.
qualities
Yeah.
he brings on table, and what do you do? What are your functions in business?
So he's totally into bringing in the business. So bringing the sales, bringing in the project is totally his job. He's very much outgoing, outspoken. So he goes out, he attends the events and everything. And I'm totally into designing part and taking care of the backstage of the whole operations.
I think so that me and my wife also run interiors together.
Yeah, you too.
We run this business called Sahi Designs together, and I'm a chartered accountant. It's the same case where I get in sales. I understand design to a certain bit, but she gets more into designing and all. But how easy and how hard is it to work with partners?
With looking at our natures, we are very calm and have a lot of patience.
Both of you are calm.
Both of us
Okay.
are calm. Yeah. So for us, it's very easy. There are many friends asking that, yeah, it's so difficult, staying whole day with the same person and then at home also same person. But I didn't find it that annoying because we have our own segments of working. So
So
I think it's good for
complementing.
us. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
complimenting. I don't know
definitely.
what is for him.
I think so I would like to know more about him. Does it feel the same? It's complimenting.
So
or no?
basically, as Amrita mentioned, in the initial phase of the when we started our architectural interior firm, so it used to happen that for every selection, we used to go together. For every site visit, we used to go together. And as she mentioned, we both have the different area of interest. Then we sat one day and asked ourselves, बॉस ये हो क्या रहा है? बिकॉज हम लोग जहाँ जा रहे हैं वहाँ पे एक ही चीज़ के लिए हम लोग दो दो ओपिनियन दे रहे हैं, और कोई भी सिलेक्शन या जो भी साइट के डिसीजन वो हो नहीं पा रहे. देन हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया, एंड दैट्स द पॉइंट वी कम ऑन पेपर. हम लोगों ने लिखा कि नहीं यार, हम लोग को हमारे काम डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा, और इस तरह से अगर हम लोग को ग्रो करना है तो हम लोग इस तरह से काम नहीं कर पाएंगे, या फिर हम लोग 2 या 3 एम्प्लॉयज से ही काम करेंगे.
पर ये निकुंज, दिस इज इट समथिंग वेयर ये पहले किसी यू हैड अ मेंटर और एनीवन टेलिंग यू, ये आपस में यू डिसाइड दैट एक काम में 2 एफर्ट लग रहे हैं, इट इज मेकिंग इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू ग्रो, ऐसा यू हैड अ सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन और समवन टोल्ड यू?
फॉर दिस सिचुएशन ये तो हम लोग को सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन हो गया था. बट आप जो बोल रहे हैं, कमिंग टू योर क्वेश्चन, हम लोगों ने जब स्टार्ट किया था तो ऑलमोस्ट आप बोल सकते हो कि 8 से 9 साल तक हम लोग 4 से 5 टीम मेंबर्स के साथ में ही काम कर रहे थे, और हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट्स भी हमारे स्टैग्नेंट थे, जो हम लोग पहले से करते आ रहे थे, और उसमें ग्रोथ वाला ये चीज़ें दिख ही नहीं रहा था. देन फिर एक टाइम ऐसा आया कि जहाँ पे मुझे रियलाइज़ ये हुआ कि यार बॉस, यही जर्नी रहा और हम लोग जो करते आ रहे हैं वही अगर रहा तो हम लोग इस तरह से ग्रो नहीं पाएंगे. दैट इज़ द पॉइंट जहाँ पे हम लोग एक मेंटोर के पास में इंट्रोड्यूस हुए, एंड दैट वाज द डे. और आज का डे है, वी चेंज्ड अ लॉट इन टर्म्स ऑफ आवर माइंडसेट बोलो, या फिर हमारे टीम के बारे में बोलो, या फिर प्रोजेक्ट्स लेने के बारे में बोलो, ये हम लोगों ने बहुत चेंज किया है.
एंड व्हाट कितने एम्प्लॉयज थे तब?
सो आप बोल सकते हैं कि 2020-21 में लगभग जो लास्ट 7-8 साल थे, हम लोग 5 से 6 एम्प्लॉयज़ में ही, कोई आ रहा है, कोई जा रहा है, कोई ऐड हो रहा है. बट आफ्टर गेटिंग द मेंटोरशिप, आज का दिन है, वी हैव अ टीम साइज ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट 22 to 23 people working with us.
And you guys are into 20 cities, and that to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. I think tier 4 also.
Yeah,
You guys are
yeah.
working on 20 cities, managing from Pune, and that happened over the past couple of years. And how did it happen? Like, how did you, jump into 20 cities? And that's quite hard.
To be very honest, I think when we started our firm, rather कोई भी जब नया आर्किटेक्ट या इंटीरियर ये बिजनेस में आता है, आफ्टर गेटिंग अ एक्सपीरियंस कहाँ पे जॉब करके, तो उसके लिए बहुत हार्ड होता है कि पहले 5-6 प्रोजेक्ट्स लेना. एंड सिंस आई एम फ्रॉम अ वेरी स्मॉल टाउन जहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन ही 10,000 है, जब मैं आपको 10,000 बोल रहा हूँ तो आप बोलो
आपका टाउन
नांदगांव करके है, इट्स अ प्लेस, इट्स इन नासिक डिस्ट्रिक्ट. तो वहाँ से जब मैं यहाँ पे आया, मेरा पूरा कॉलेज भी यहाँ पे ही हुआ था, तो मैंने एक चीज़ ये रियलाइज़ करा कि आज पुणे में अगर मुझे प्रोजेक्ट लेना है तो इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट. फिर मैंने क्या किया कि मेरे जो नेटवर्क था, जो जहाँ से मैं बिलोंग करता हूँ, तो मैंने उन 3-4 लोगों को बोला कि यार मुझे आप काम करने का मौका दो. और सिंस उन्होंने मुझे इसलिए दिया बिकॉज दे नो मी फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड कि यार बॉस निकुंज अगर करेगा तो बेस्ट ही करेगा. सो दैट वाज वन ऑफ द रीज़न. और उसके बाद में फिर हम लोगों ने 3 tier 4 tier सिटीज़ में जब काम किया तो हमको एक ये चीज़ रियलाइज़ हुआ कि वहाँ पे लोगों के पास में पैसा ये इशू नहीं है, वहाँ पे लोगों को अच्छा सर्विस देने वाला अभी तक कुछ पहुँचा नहीं था. एंड दैट वाज द टाइम जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने जब ये चालू किया तब हमको प्रोजेक्ट्स आना शुरू हो गया. फिर हम लोगों ने वहाँ पे अच्छा पोर्टफोलियो बिल्ड किया, फिर एक सिटी में काम किया, 2 सिटी में काम किया. एंड यू वोंट बी सरप्राइज्ड कि वहाँ पे जब हम लोगों ने काम किया वो बेसिस पे हम लोग को पुणे में प्रोजेक्ट्स आने लगे.
Okay. So
Yeah.
because of seeing your projects which you have delivered
Yes.
there, and,
उनके रिलेटिव्स यहाँ
because
पे
their
थे,
relatives used
रेफरेंसेस
to
थे.
visit there, and then
and they loved it.
Yeah.
They loved the work
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
What is the average ticket size you do? Like minimum kya ticket size?
Initially when we started from like 50 lakhs of interiors, but now we take interiors and architecture above 1 crore only.
That's only your
Yeah.
consulting fee.
Yeah.
1 crore of
No, that is
consulting
the-
fee, or is it your
That is the
Project
project
size.
size
That's
that
the
the
project
people
size.
are
It's minimum
want to
budget.
spend. Yeah,
Minimum
people are-
budget what the person will be spending on their house is minimum
1
that.
crore. Only then you take up a project. You entertain a
Right.
project.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. And when did that jump come? Like when did you decide that नहीं आज से मैं 1 crore के ऊपर ही projects I'll start? Is it something
I
which you
think
started?
it came when we had a very strong backup system, and we thought that okay, now when the big projects are coming we will not let them down.
Okay.
So we had developed our own ERP system where we can take care of all the cities projects on one platform. and then we got that confidence to go
Okay,
ahead.
to go ahead and then just come to a fact that so
Yeah,
for
yeah.
example, if most of the design graduates or someone who's doing small scale projects, they're not never able to crack in this high end market. So how do you crack in to a high end market? What is the real story behind, you're
I think
able
to
to
start with, you can start with whatever you are getting initially. You have to start with that. Maybe it's a one room or maybe it's a very small house. But then that work you have to do so that your impression is very important. You don't have to, there should be no bad impression in front of that client. And then manifestation works.
yeah.
So that way, then you attract more higher clients, and that's what it works for us.
So is it, see, for example, I had done a 2 BHK, for example, I did a 2 BHK and I'm continuously getting 2 BHK because the society only has a 2 BHK. Take it as a base case of Pune. Now, suddenly I decide, okay, no, from now I'll do only 4 BHKs and above or bungalows and above. So how that shift happens for someone who's starting off?
You have to go around with those kind of people. You have to
You have to
go
hang out with
out,
those kind
hang
of
out
people.
with those type of people, and go out and attend the different type of events
Okay.
where you can meet those kind of people, and then only you can show your work there,
Okay.
and then attract that kind of work.
Or how does your project cost differ from what you give a budget? Say, for example, you're given a budget of say 1 crore or 1.5 crore. At end of the project, what is the delta? Average
So
delta?
best thing about the not the deviation in terms of hours is that initially stage पे ना हम लोग client को सब define कर देते हैं. तो जो भी project का cost बढ़ने वाला है वो consciously बढ़ने वाला है because वो
अच्छा.
on paper है. To give you example, हम लोग अगर सोफा सिलेक्शन के लिए गए और मैंने मेरे एस्टिमेशन में बजट पकड़ा है कि समझो 7 लाख रुपए, बट जब सिलेक्शन करने जाता है बिकॉज क्लाइंट का ये एक ही घर है जो वो बनाने वाला है, तो क्लाइंट को अगर कोई 10 लाख का पसंद आता है तो हम लोग उसको बोलते हैं कि सर देखो अपने एस्टिमेशन में हम लोगों ने 7 लाख का पकड़ा है, तो फिर बोलता है नहीं यार निकुंज लेट्स डू इट. तो हम लोग फिर वो जो एडिशनल कॉस्ट है उसको बोलते हैं कि इस तरह से वो प्रोजेक्ट.
But basically, सब कुछ पहले starting में you budget. You
Yes.
do a detailed BOQ?
Yes,
BOQ
yes,
detail?
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah,
जो
yeah.
है-
It is very necessary. Yeah.
Okay. So you give a BOQ and then you see that what is the estimation,
Yes.
deviation, what, and that's a very
Yeah.
professional. I don't think so. A lot of firms give a BOQ upfront.
Yeah. So that is why
I don't know, nowadays everyone has started giving it because otherwise at the end there are a lot of clashes depending
Yeah.
upon, and interior totally depend upon the expenses.
Hmm.
So that has to be very much clear.
Okay, so Nikunj, someone who's starting off with zero, absolutely has no connection. What was the first step to build a good portfolio that could attract the kind of clients what you do?
So हम लोग इस सेशन के पहले भी बात कर रहे थे. सब बहुत से लोगों को लगता है कि फर्स्ट क्लाइंट मुझे कैसे मिलेगा. तो मेरा कहना यह है कि हर एक के पास में कॉन्टैक्ट लिस्ट होता है, तो वहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ सर्च करना है. आपको ये देखना है कि जो पर्सन को मुझे अप्रोच करना है उनके लिए कोई नए प्रोजेक्ट्स वो लोग कहाँ पे कर रहे हैं क्या, या उनके कोई रेफरेंस में कोई है क्या. यू हैव टू जस्ट टू गो टू देम, आस्क देम कि दैट वी हैव स्टार्टेड आवर फर्म एंड वी जस्ट नीड योर हेल्प to getting the projects, and I think people are ready to give you
Help.
the references. After that you have to have the follow up. Many people just fall कि जहाँ पे उन लोग का follow up normally it is said that कि minimum if you want to get the project you have to have minimum 7 follow ups. बहुत सारे लोग 2 या 3 follow up के बाद में they just give up. So I think you should not.
So basically, it's something where in your existing contact you need to find people, and plus you need to follow up.
So
with
normally I believe, since in particular Enhancement Studio my role is for getting the projects,
them. Okay.
I believe until unless सामने वाले के गले में हार नहीं पहना जाता है तब तक आप फॉलो अप करो इन अ गुड सेंस.
Okay.
आप उससे टच में रहो. और बहुत सी बार ऐसा भी होता है कि वो बंदा शायद आपको प्रोजेक्ट नहीं दे रहा हो, बट एटलीस्ट वो आपका रेफरेंस आगे जाके उसके फ्रेंड्स या फैमिलीज को दे सकता है.
Do you follow any system for follow up? Because what I understood is, yeah, building connection is easy, but maintaining it, second point of contact. बोलते हैं मैं क्या सोच के, मुझे कई बार मेरा एक बहुत बड़ा contact बन गया, for example. उसके बाद मैं उसको क्या पूछ के वापस जाऊं, तो वो मन में रहता है कि how do I contact him for the second time? तो अभी क्या बोल के जाऊं, तीसरी बार कब बोल. और बहुत लोग तो मीन्स आ जाते हैं, like they only keep chasing you. So how do you deal with this kind of scenario?
I think for this we have a system.
You have a system?
Yes.
Whenever like Nikunj met some person and he is little bit interested or he is thinking of making a new house, immediately that number is sent to his assistant.
Okay.
And the whole data is gone to the assistant. Now after that she takes care that our profile, our work has been sent to that person.
She only
So
sends or you
one
send?
she only sent. So that
Okay.
one process is taken care by her.
Okay.
Later on, then again Nikunj call because he have a topic that, oh, have you seen those photos? You have got that from my office. So there is some topic to talk upon.
Okay.
And then the conversation go ahead. So there are now 2 person who are taking care of that one particular client. So there are 2 person handling him.
So
And-
basically, what is the second touch point? Like, for example, what is the second touch point?
So
I
just
met you.
add to Amrita. Many times happens that many times people don't reply to your messages. So in that particular scenario, you just have to send whatever the works you are doing. Just after 10 to 15, we have the systems where after 10 to
Oh.
15 days we send them the
You
Instagram
send
page.
your work. You send your work
If
and all that
yes,
stuff.
any
Yeah.
of
So
our
there's a
projects
recollection
yeah,
of-
exactly.
Yeah, there is lead to order list every day in front of us. So we know that the lead has come and at what stage it has been stuck.
So that particular system we call it as KIT, that is keep in touch.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
where you are connected to your prospective client, where you are sending the photos, reels, any of the awards or magazines you have been covered. So at least they know, boss, ये लोग काम कर रहे हैं, अच्छा काम कर
And
रहे हैं.
sometimes whether if they are not making any houses, they met some other people who talk to him, Arey, I want to make a house. And
Because
so
sometimes
he can suggest your name, ki, yeah, I was looking at his work. And that's how the circle
because
goes
one of
on.
the reason not to choose us maybe the fees can be the thing, because many people have कि बाबा हम लोग इनको afford नहीं कर पाएंगे. So that's we are okay, but we don't cut off the relationship with them.
Running 20 cities from one studio, everything that to control from Pune, and without you're not locally on the ground all the time, right? You're working most of the time you're in Pune. How do you manage that the quality does not slip, like you're maintaining that kind of quality and managing 20 cities at one go?
So we are practicing since 10 years. So since that we have developed many checklists, and there is this ERP system which we have made in-house, which has helped a lot for us to handle this work in 20 cities. So we have made the dashboards for the clients, for employees. So there is a clear timeline of what is happening, when it is happening, how it is happening. So that has helped us a lot to look for the projects outside Pune, because otherwise many designers are actually scared of getting projects, doing projects outside. But because of this strong operation system which we have, we are handling it very well. And there is no, obviously we visit the site once a month or something, and we have developed the team also so much that they can also visit and take care in our absence.
But then you're managing a lot of high profile clients. Like these are really HNIs, ultra HNIs is what you're handling. Don't they need your personal attention? कि भाई ये project होगा तो निकुंज जी आएगा या अमृता ही आएगी. You know, when they're developing.
They are being told very much in the starting only that we are what work when they will require me. So majorly for the selection time, they know that Amrita will be coming, and they are very much okay. And I think when there are high profile people, they understand the time, they understand for what work they have to call Amrita. They know if there is some little bit mishap happening on the site, they have the other numbers in the office to whom they can contact. So I think they have that knowledge that for which kind of work they have to come to us. And till now, it's going really good. I mean, we are not facing that problem that they are expecting too much from us.
But then your communication is very strong and your processes are very strong in terms of
Yeah, that has made us
Yeah.
confident to do projects across the cities.
Don't you think there is a very personal dependent? Like, for example, now you're running 50 projects at one point. Like, you have approximately 35 live projects?
Yeah, 35 are on-site
And the
projects.
20,
and
20,
15,
25
20
are
are
on
on boards.
On boards, right? So, you're managing, say, on an outer scale, 50 projects is what you're managing. Now, at what point do you think that you are personally not required at a project and your team can manage it?
So I think it depends upon project to project as well. So as you know that we are doing some high profile projects as well. So we have categorized the works as well. So if they want us to be there, we take their time and our time as well. Then we visit to be for that particular inspection. And for many of the projects, we think that we are not required. We tell clients that my people from the team, they can just come and they can get the things done.
And you think your team is confidently able to manage that kind of high profile clients? Like, for example, the egos are very high. And sometimes something wrongly said by your team member can impact your
We have a training at regular intervals at our
Mhm.
studio, which has helped us a lot to have that confidence that when my team member is going, he is not offending anybody and not giving any wrong decision.
Hmm.
So I think training is very important. A very new member coming, joining to the team, we will never send that person
Okay.
in front of the client. So there is some timeline and some amount of training which they have to go through, and then they are 100% reliable that they can take care and they will not harm the image of enlargement. That is what we look after. So I think
Your training makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Your employee already
Yeah.
knows what to say, what not to say.
Exactly.
You made
Yeah.
modules for the same.
Because
Yeah.
when client hire us, that is not only me or Amrita will be on board. There will be almost at the back more than 4 to 5 people will be there. Like there will be a senior architect,
Okay.
there will be a junior architect, there will be a site supervisor, there will be a 3D visualizer. So everyone come in that particular project.
What is the highest ticket size, like highest budget, what you managed till date?
For a bungalow,
Anything till date.
I think we are doing around 15 cr 20 cr
20
bungalows.
CR
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a project.
Yeah.
And that's interiors and architecture.
Interior and architecture, like
Yes.
majorly all our outstation projects are architecture along with interiors, because we are doing bungalows, so we do the architecture as well. And then so it's right from scratch, from zero till the last
And
artifact.
from that, say 20 CR, what is the interior spend?
Of course it is more. I mean, architecture
Interior
is
spend is more than the
100%.
architecture.
Yeah.
Yeah? And why is that? Like because it's on the square feet. What is the thumb rule?
Because I will tell you, I think I will answer you that. Because the structure, the rate, they are not going to change. Obviously, it will bit change in the 2-tier and 3-tier cities. The construction cost I am talking about, it may get higher cost for the Pune or the other metro cities. So on an average, the construction cost will be around, let's say in 3-tier, 4-tier city, it will be around 1300 to 1400, and that goes more 300 or 400 rupees extra in metro cities like 1700 to 1800. So that is the thumb rule you have to have for the construction. But in terms of interiors, it starts from 6,000 rupees per square feet till 9,000 rupees square feet. It totally depends upon the material which you are going to use for the particular project.
So 9,000 rupees per square feet just for interiors.
Yes.
Right. This is as much as someone is buying a land. It's जितना वो जमीन पे
Yeah,
खरीद
yeah,
रहा है. I
definitely.
think tier 2, tier 3 cities, the land value would be as much, 10,000 bucks per square feet.
Yeah,
Yes,
10,
yes.
15,
Like you said,
20.
That
it
much he's
is-
spending on.
और अगर
terms of
सिटी में है
Yeah.
तो you won't believe, पुणे में अगर मैं इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द पुणे में जितने रेट नहीं है वहाँ पे आपको अगर
the-
वो अगर बहुत
the
अच्छी
rates
जगह
are
है तो वहाँ
quite
पे
high
rates
there
मिलेंगे.
as well.
Then coming back to if you're spending say 20 crores for a home, if a client is spending, you need a contractor who can deliver at that
Yeah.
price, right? So coming to my next question is, how do you hire a good contractor and who's able to deliver in the quality what we want? So how do you find a good contractor, that too in a tier 2, tier 3 city?
I think initially we also have like these nightmares and everything where contractors have ruined up the work and everything. After that, we have finalized that only the electrician and the plumber will be local. Rest all contractors we source that from Pune, because we have worked with them. We know their quality, and the quality of work is very important when you are spending so much on the materials. So, and I think the clients also understand that. So they are open with our contractors because they have seen the difference between the skilled labor and unskilled labor.
So when client hires you, they hire you for contractors also, not just for design.
So
Is
as
that-
that
an
is the
enlargement-
additional thing. I mean, we are the consultant, but we have our own contractors.
And how many times? So I had luxury projects in Pune and few other places where I had done a design consulting project, like what you guys do, where the client was very insistent on having his own contracting team,
Mhm.
the civil waterproofing, and they messed up big time.
Yeah.
And I could not say no because they was very confident, obviously. So you had such kind of situation. How do you
In
manage
this case, it is for us, it is never like it's client's contractor or it's our contractor. Once any contractor is on board, whether the reference is given by the client, we make sure that we have a look at their work. We check their past work, past people. We talk to them. With
You
whom
talk to
they are-
them? So
Of
what
course,
are the few
of
things,
course.
like top 5 things? What do you really vet the contractor? How do you vet a good contractor?
Like if you are looking for a good carpenter in that
Hmm.
particular city.
Hmm.
So we check his past work,
You go and visit their work?
visit the site, of
Okay,
course.
you visit their
Yeah,
work?
maybe
Okay.
it's a POP person. We go and check the work,
Okay.
how he has done the POP. So
There's
there
no
are
undulation, the lines
exactly,
are flat. they're
exactly.
more-
How is the finishing of their work?
Okay.
And if we think that it is 100% up to the mark of our standards, then only we bring that particular contractor on board. Otherwise, we teach to the client that you see this is the difference between the good work and the bad work, and because of that we are not taking in that contractor.
Hmm. And carpentry also, you go check their finishes. Like, what are the
Yeah,
few
yeah.
things which you check?
Of course, the finishing, how
Yeah.
they are pasting the veneer, how the paneling has been done. There
Okay.
are very few processes which are very important, which that particular carpenter should know. So we talk to them, we understand what is their process of working.
And you
through
mentioned
that,
about references. You take references of the where they got the home done, like from the people whom they.
yeah, initially the work which they have done, we
Hmm.
talk to those people, was their experience good
Hmm.
with him, or they were fed up of him, or exactly what, because everyone have their own stories.
Okay.
So it's always better to cross check the whole background and then come to the decision.
And then finally, once you have a decision, you tell the client that, okay, bhai, this is a good feedback or a bad feedback.
Yeah.
Bad feedback because of XYZ reason. That's the reason we recommend XYZ contractor, because obviously the client is going to come back to you, tell me an alternative contractor, right? Because you're saying
Yeah.
no to that contractor.
That is
Yeah.
one of the reason we tell our clients that you should have the contractors from our side only,
Okay.
because they are very well trained. They know each and every detailing, how drawings to read the drawings. Because as you also said, working 20 cities, it's not that easy, right? Until unless you have the processes checklist with you, it becomes very difficult, because every time you cannot go on particular site, tell every different contractors भाई ऐसे काम करना है. So it becomes very difficult. So you have to have a good contractors. So many of my contractors, they are working from last almost 8-9 years from me. We also get trained to them. हम लोग उनको मिलते हैं हर महीने में, उनको बोलते हैं कि क्या दिक्कत आ रही है, बिकॉज दे आल्सो ह्यूमन बीइंग, राइट? आप उनको ऐसे ट्रीट नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आप इफ यू जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट एनहांसमेंट स्टूडियो में यार आपकी टीम है या है, बट आई पर्सनली फील कि ये लोग भी बहुत मैटर करते हैं. तो हम लोग भी दिवाली में भी इनके साथ में सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, इनको भी हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ प्रोग्राम्स करते हैं. इनको भी ट्रेनिंग की ज़रूरत है, राइट? आप आज कारपेंटर जो लास्ट 10 साल से काम करते आ रहा है और आप एक्सपेक्ट ये कर रहे हो कि आप अगले 10 साल में भी वही काम करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं होता है. तो उनको भी कुछ चीज़ें आपको बतानी पड़ती है. जो लास्ट 10 साल से अगर वो गलती कर रहा है तो उसको बोलना पड़ेगा, बॉस ये गलत चीज़ है, आपको ये सुधारना पड़ेगा. ये मुझे लगता है कि ट्रेनिंग सेशन में ही हो पाएगा.
या पर जनरली मैं बोलता हूँ कि आई टेल अबाउट प्रैक्टिकलिटीज. लाइक क्लाइंट बोलता है यार आपका कारपेंटर, फॉर एग्जांपल अ कारपेंटर इज चार्जिंग सो मच, व्हाई इज ही चार्जिंग सो मच? टू कन्विंस देम एंड हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ कन्विक्शन इज वेरी हार्ड.
I will ask you this question again. Why not? If you are getting the veneer of 150-200 rupees और आप उसके 2-3% के लिए आप ये करोगे, बहुत सिंपल है. मैं एक एग्जांपल इसमें देना चाहूँगा. इफ़ यू आर बाइंग एन ऑडी और मर्सिडीज और आप ड्राइवर बोलोगे कि मैं 15 या 18 हज़ार का चाहूँगा, जो लोकल ड्राइवर है, वो आपकी गाड़ी को अच्छे से ड्राइव कर पाएगा?
राइट,
नहीं कर पाएगा. सो यू हैव टू हैव ड्राइवर जिसको पूरा नॉलेज है उस चीज़ के बारे में. तो दैट्स द सेम.
बेसिकली दैट conviction you have to have with the client.
100%.
have a very open dialogue कि
Yeah.
भाई ये हो सकता है और ये
और
इस तरीके से होगा.
जिस तरह के क्लाइंट्स हम लोग हैंडल कर रहे हैं ना, तो दे हैव ट्रस्ट ऑन अस. वो हम लोग बोलते हैं निकुंज तुझे लगता है ना कि इन लोग को करना है, तो करते हैं. बिकॉज जस्ट टू गिव एन एग्जांपल फॉर द कारपेंटर्स, जहाँ पे 35% लोग लेते थे, हम लोग वहाँ पे 45-58 भी देते हैं. तो बट वो हमको कन्विंस करना पड़ता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि वो पैसा कैसे बचाएगा, वो वेस्टेज नहीं करेगा. तो people get convinced.
45% of the total cost.
Yeah, material purchase.
हाँ, so material purchase, you how do you define a material purchase between a carpenter and a client? Like जो material, total material side पे
again
आएगा.
coming to the dashboard, everything on paper. जैसे ही material निकलता है, we fill the form जहाँ पे client के dashboards पे आ जाता है कि आपने इतना material purchase किया है. अगर कोई material let's say उसने order किया है 10 प्लाई और आया 8, तो वो भी वहाँ पे दिख जाता है.
Every designer has a moment when the client is genuinely terrible, like genuinely wrong, terrible in terms of their choices.
Yeah.
How do you handle, especially someone is powerful and completely used to getting their own way? Say for example, you're doing a house of say 5 crores and you know the client ki selection, taste, choices is terrible, or what he's suggesting कि ये marble यहाँ डाल देते हैं या entire house marble करते हैं. because वही सबसे ज़्यादा लोगों को लगता है.
Right.
And you know it's not going to look good, or something which is very gaudy and maybe does not look contemporary in terms of how the entire home comes along. How do you handle that kind of client without hurting
So
the egos?
Raj, I will give you a short example. Like you are telling, oh, Amrita will keep a red cup here. No, Raj, this is wrong. Red is so wrong. Red is so bright color. So now when I'm saying like this, you will be offended immediately because
Right.
I have immediately said that no to you.
Right.
So as soon as the client say, oh, we'll keep a red cup here. So I said, okay, let's think on it. Yeah, I think it will look good. Let's check the yellow one also. What do you think?
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
see that. Or else let's check this in 3D view. If at all she's not agreeing at all, then. So, you know, there has been a psychology thing. You have to work as per the psychology standards. You can't directly say no because it
Okay.
will directly hurt the ego and then it will spoil the relationship also.
So basically, that's
So,
what you tell them in your own way through proving things right.
yeah,
Like for
yeah,
example, this yellow would look better than the red, while keeping
yeah.
red and yellow both together, and tell them that what do you think? Like
Yeah,
keeping them
yeah. So
involved in terms of
ultimately,
decision
what
making.
I try to bring my answer from their mouth only. This
Okay.
is what my ultimate aim is.
Okay.
But with the procedure, with calmness, with patiently, maybe sometimes it requires 2-3 days also to convince them.
Okay.
But then it has to be done slowly and calmly.
So basically, you have your own ways towards putting things across.
But I
and-
must
Yeah.
say, it comes with the obviously gradual experiences.
Yeah.
When you have these kind of practices,
Okay. Okay.
and obviously we also say yes to their things as well. So let's say if there are 10 things जो हम लोग को लगता है कि यार इससे हम लोग को डिजाइनिंग में कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, तो हम लोग उसको हाँ बोल देते, दे आर ऑल्सो हैप्पी. और
Yeah.
जो एकदम पहले टॉप वाली प्रायोरिटीज है वो हम हमारे हिसाब से करवा के ले लेते हैं.
Okay. So, but okay, and another thing which I personally feel is when you're designing a luxury home and you're putting too many elements in terms of which are more suited towards being a hotel. How do you differentiate being a hotel? Like how do you design a home should not look like a hotel and should be look more personal to person's choice. Like मेरा खुद का घर होना चाहिए, but it doesn't feel like a hotel.
So, Enachment Studio is very much on the principle of designing a home with the personal touch. So, a home should never look like a hotel. So, even to all my team members, I always keep on saying that add their personal choices, likings, their leisure activity in that particular room, in that particular habitat. So, when the client is onboarded at that very first time, we fill a form from the client where each and every member's ka liking and disliking is taken recorded, and then we start designing on that basis. So sometimes client is very much key to use that particular color or that particular material. So we always take that and then we present it in our design. So the design has to be always revolve around the client because that he will be staying there, and then if he sees that the thing which I have told to the architect and he have used that, he will be always happy and giving good review about me. But if he have that thing in mind कि अरे मैंने ये बोला था पर उसने ये use ही नहीं किया, so he will be always in that thought process.
Think कि भाई ये क्यों नहीं किया.
Yeah.
And or personal touch, how do you make it more personalized? Do you take kids view? You take everyone's view?
Yeah.
Into the picture?
100%.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah?
We take all kids view also.
सबका लेते हो
Kids
आप
का
view?
liking. Yeah, kids. We have designed some boys' rooms where their sports का जो liking था. We have used those as
I've
in
seen.
murals
We've done
or
that,
in
we've done that
graphics
before.
and something like that. So
And you take to tend up the age when they grow up or what their age, or is it something where you design as per what their current age is and then put elements
it totally
accordingly?
depends. It 100% depends upon client thinking.
Client
If
only.
they want that the room has to be little kiddish, then it is like that. If they think no, he's like almost in 10th standard or something, and then very soon we will need different kind of atmosphere, so it is as per that.
How do you stay relevant? How do you stay in trends? Like some of the students who are practicing or who are thinking of practicing or who are already practicing, if they want to stay relevant in terms of what's trending and what's luxury, how do you stay relevant in terms of design?
I think trending is something which will come and go. So whatever you design has to be timeless, because that home you are building is for 20 to 25 years.
Okay.
So trending is a very time bound thing.
Hmm.
So you can use it with a low cost things, and you can use the trending rug or something, because you can change it after 3-4 years or something.
Right.
But for timeless thing, yeah, the whatever material you are using which are high cost, that has to be a timeless.
All the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you. And is it something where you take up courses, or you travel to different countries? Because where I learn more or less in terms of design is when I travel. When I travel,
So I
see
think
hotels.
adding to that, exhibitions, visiting the exhibitions, going to different sessions, then not just in India, going abroad, because as you know, we are doing a big project. So sometimes the client requirement that we've been to China, Italy, so we can get the stuff from until unless you don't have the idea what kind of things are there, how you are going to get the things
Right.
in your particular project. So you have to visit the exhibitions as well regularly.
Right. And when you're designing, do you see the client's status, profession, net worth, and where he wants to, what is the circle he's hanging out with, and then design accordingly? Or is it something your design philosophy remains as
No,
it
no,
is?
100%
Yeah?
about what is his circle, who are coming over his
Yeah.
home, and everything. Everything matters, and accordingly we design. And the design is a combined thing. Someone from the client and from my team are always in connection, and they always tell us that how often guests visit them, who are the guests who are visiting them, and what are their personal likings and disliking, and according to that the whole design revolves.
How do you pick up a right architect? Say, for example, if someone who's building a house from scratch, they just bought a land and they want to build a house, and he wants to get his house done from a good architect. So, how does someone choose a right architect? Because if the architect is not right, like once structure is done, you can't change anything to the structure. That's the base, as we were talking about the base. So, how do you change a right architect, and what are the red flags where these are the complete no-nos to choose a right architect?
I think first of all, they should have 2-3 points, like the architecture. They should have a good team size. I will be talking about the project which are above 5 crores. You should have the architecture firm. They should have a good team size. Secondly, the taste and whatever the things you will be working with the architect, you should be on the same page. Third, the project of yours, it should be his as well. It's not like that कि एक बार project ले लिया वो चल रहा है. That shouldn't be attitude. आप जितना appetite है उतने ही projects आपने लेना चाहिए और delivery अच्छे से करना चाहिए, because लोगों का उस पर पूरा faith होता है architect का. और आपको 110% जो भी architect को आप minimum 2 से 3 architect को आप shortlist करिए, उनके आप प्रोजेक्ट्स देखिए. सेकेंडली, जो भी प्रीवियस क्लाइंट्स हैं उनसे आप एक बार पूछिए कि जो भी प्रोजेक्ट हम लोगों ने आपके आर्किटेक्ट के साथ में किया, कैसा एक्सपीरियंस था. आई थिंक दीज आर द 3-4 पॉइंट्स, बिकॉज हर एक का टेस्ट, हर एक का ये डिफरेंट होता है.
ओके. एंड डज इज इट कंपल्सरी दैट जिससे आर्किटेक्चर करा उससे इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग कराते हैं? It is advisable.
It is advisable.
Why is that?
Because interior starts at very early stage.
Okay.
I mean, in general philosophy, everyone thinks कि एक बार building बन गया फिर interior बाद में होगा, but it's not like that. So whenever the architect and the interior designer is one, he thinks from the interior point of view as well. So a lot of things changes when interior designer comes in. So if it's one, then since starting only there are no there are no changes happening in the brickwork and everything. So
basically
it's always
the lighting, the windows.
आपको मैं एक एग्जांपल
Yeah.
देना चाहूँगा कि वन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट वी आर जस्ट डूइंग द इंटीरियर्स. वहाँ पे जो प्रीवियस आर्किटेक्ट था उसने बेड बैग के पीछे विंडो डाल दिया था. सो अगर
I've
यही
seen
पहले
this
से
in a lot of projects.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली उसमें अगर यही पहले से रहता था तो हम लोग शायद, अगर विंडो चाहिए भी था, क्लाइंट का रिक्वायरमेंट था, तो हम लोग साइड में डालते थे. सो अभी क्या हो गया कि आपको वहाँ पे आपको डिजाइनिंग फिर कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना पड़ता है. एंड मुझे लगता है कि व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग अ न्यू हाउस, न्यू बंगलो, कॉम्प्रोमाइज ये वर्ड आना ही नहीं चाहिए, बिकॉज यू आर मेकिंग अ न्यू, आप वहाँ पे कोई रीइनोवेशन नहीं कर रहे हो.
Right. So basically, to avoid the changes is something where architect and interior giving to a single firm makes a lot of difference if you're doing a ground up home,
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
right? And even if you're doing an apartment, say for example, apartment mein to already everything is built,
Yeah.
right? Then obviously
Then there is no
break
option.
But
things.
still, if you are hiring an interior designer, I'll definitely say आप अगर बिल्डर से ले रहे हो, नया प्रोजेक्ट है, तो आप इनिशियल स्टेज में ही आप उसको इन्वॉल्व करो,
If you
बिकॉज
are-
हो सकता है कि उसमें कहाँ पे आपको वॉल्स शिफ्ट करना है.
If you are taking a bare shell flat,
Right.
so that time then you should involve interior designer since starting only. So from where to make the walls, where to not make the walls, what will come in the partition walls. So that all has been taken care of.
Okay.
एटलीस्ट यू हैव द ऑप्शंस फॉर द योर कलर पैलेट्स, बिकॉज एक बार आपका टाइल लग गया तो यू डोंट हैव द ऑप्शन, राइट? अगर आपने बेज कलर लिया या ब्राउन कलर लिया तो यू हैव टू गो इन द दैट पर्टिकुलर पैलेट ओनली. बट अगर गिवन ऑप्शन फ्रॉम द बिल्डर दैट यू कैन चेंज द टाइल्स, so you can change the tiles and you can have the good these things.
Does Instagram help you actually close deals at the value what you guys are closing, or it is just helps you project better in terms of work what you have
I
done?
think it helps to project better.
Okay.
Very big budget projects not always come through Instagram, but it is one helping hand, you can say, which is there and it has to be there. Yeah.
Is it better to have a strong name in one city, like be focused in one city, or spread across?
Actually, we have
20
already
cities.
spread across the cities. So for us, it is across the city. Maybe someone new who is coming and have no connects in 3 tier 4 tier cities. For that person, it may be a one city. कि एक city में तो अच्छा नाम कर लो ऐसा. But for us, it is 20 cities, I think.
But compared to plus and minus, which is there, one thing is you're large spread, you're like widespread in 20 cities, and one thing you're focused in one city. But does not competition be intense? Competition is very intense in being only in a particular like city like a Pune or Bangalore or Bombay. And compared to that, tier 2 or tier 3 or tier 4, where because of not having that many good design firms, the competition is fairly less.
Yeah.
Quite less.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right, because to give you example, when we started, we did one project that was in Buldhana. So that was a 1900 square feet ka plot tha, and we did a 3-storied bungalow there. And that was one of the project when we started getting the awards, we getting recognition from the different magazines, and you won't believe, in the span of 2, we have more than 7 to 8 projects from that particular city.
Okay.
Because when we work in a 3 tier 4 tier city, they want good people to, because one thing we have to understand, spending money not a problem for them, but having a good people on board them, जो वहाँ पे आके साइट विजिट्स करे, आपको अच्छे से गाइड करे. So that is what they required. And मुझे लगता है कि आज भी लैग है, और बहुत से लोग जो प्रेफर करते हैं बड़े बड़े सिटीज़, मुझे लगता है कि वो मिस कर रहे हैं एज अ सेल गुड मार्केट.
So it's very very underplay, like
100%.
the छोटी cities में काम करना ही चाहिए.
100%. मुझे तो
Yeah,
लगता
there
है
is
कि
lot of
पैसा
work there actually. But what they need is trust.
Hmm.
So you have to be
And trust is
trustworthy.
develops only once you get into it through certain connections.
yeah.
Right?
That
Yeah,
is
you
client
need
अच्छा करो,
connections
and
to
then
enter into it.
obviously you get much more bigger
Yeah.
work, and chances of getting more work is much more higher in a smaller city than in a big city like Pune.
अगेन पहले जो जैसे जस्ट फॉर योर न्यू कमर आर्किटेक्ट्स और इंटीरियर्स, गेटिंग अ फर्स्ट 2 प्रोजेक्ट्स, आप आपका पूरा हार्ट एंड सोल डाल दो, और आप जो भी क्लाइंटल के, अगेन आपको क्लाइंट डिफाइन करना आना जरूरी होता है. आपको वो क्लाइंट के साथ में लॉन्ग टर्म तक, यानी प्रोजेक्ट फिनिश होने तक, अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं यार ये क्लाइंट के साथ में मैं अच्छे से जर्नी कर सकता हूँ, तो यू शुड डू हिज वर्क. ऑब्वियसली उसका पे भी आपको मिलना चाहिए, बट वो चीज को लेके आप कैसे स्केल अप कर सकते हो, गेटिंग मीटिंग अ न्यू पीपल, वो पोर्टफोलियो लेके, इट हेल्प अ लॉट.
If your client is spending 1 to 1.5 crores on their home, what are the few must have they always ask for? Like कि भाई ये सारी चीजें तो मुझे चाहिए, and few things which you think that they're spending a lot and you should skip. What are those things which they should include and the ones they should skip?
like initially everyone used to put marble, like if they think they have 1.5 cr ka budget, to marble to 100% lagana hi hai, or using CP fitting, which is too expensive. So at that stage we tell to the client that there are a lot more things which we have to spend at the later stage.
Hmm.
So let's save initially. So
Hmm.
maybe not marble is always a very luxurious choice.
Hmm.
Now there are so many big tiles also available. So maybe you use marble for some part of the area,
Not the entire
not
thing,
the
because
entire house.
they'll eat up a lot of your budget.
Lot
100
of
100%.
budget. Yeah.
Because that's at the initial stage, right? So initially आपके पास में पैसा होता है, आप पैसे स्पेंड करते हो, तो आप एंड वाली चीज के लिए कोई नहीं सोचता है.
Hmm. And what are the things? Acha, so basically skip marble and have tiles instead is what you
Yeah,
are
that
trying to
is the
say.
one option.
And what is the thing that they
Selecting-
must have when you're spending so much?
They must have the latest technology which we are using, like automation is the thing which
Automation is
everyone
something
should
110%
use,
they should.
Yeah.
because it is adding comfort to your space. Good lighting is another a very good thing
Hmm.
that you should spend. You should not compromise on that thing.
Mhm.
So these are some factors which you should 100% spend good amount on.
Okay. How does architectural clients find you? Because interiors is very commonly you can search in Google and all that stuff, but finding a right architects where client come to you, how does it happen, like naturally?
So I think
Through reference,
reference only.
Reference?
Yeah.
Reference the
Yeah.
only way?
maybe. Reference is the way where majorly for architecture people comes find.
Few years
Good
back, I think
architects.
reference was the only medium, but through
Yeah, but now
Instagram
there are
and
architects
social
available
media.
on Instagram also. So you get to see the work of architects on Instagram as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cash flow is something nobody teaches in design school, especially when you're running such a large scale business like yours. What if the client delays, one of the 2 or 3 large client delays, then the entire system like takes a toll. So how do you manage cash flows?
To be very honest, when you do a project with these kind of people, that's a very rare chance. But still, for every project, we have everything on paper. When we have the quotation or proposal discussed with them at the early stage, only we define our stages. So let's say we define, first of all, we define the project, when we are going to start, when we are going to end, everything on paper. Then we take an advance. After taking the advance, we tell them, after, let's say if the project is for 9 months, we divide particular amount into 9 different month stages, and they give us the amount.
And what if the client defaults, like maybe a couple of months?
Touch wood,
We
until
do-
So
unless-
there will
no.
be 1 or 2 clients which will default. So there are other projects.
But I
So
will just
I
come to
think-
that. It happens that one of the project, some amount is still pending, so I just, मैं उससे हाई बाय करता हूँ, मैं उससे फोर्स नहीं करता हूँ, बट मुझे लगता है कभी ना कभी तो वो दे ही देगा. That's okay. That's a part and
It's a
parcel.
part and parcel of the game.
That's okay.
But then you defined in a very organized way, or you
Yeah,
plan
and,
it. in
Yeah,
a-
it has to be done. Otherwise, it becomes a burden on you to pay to your team members.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it has to be defined in a very systematic way, and has to be informed at a very initial stage only to the client that what will be the stages of our fees, so that it becomes little easy for us to take
Because
care of the all expenses.
डिजाइनिंग करना इज अ डिफरेंट बॉल गेम, बट एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को चलाना है आपको, यू हैव टू हैव अ कैश फ्लो गुड विथ यू.
Okay. Yeah. Because
आप
you
ग्रो
have to
नहीं
run-
कर पाओगे, आप
Yeah,
3
you
4
have
5
to run a
प्रोजेक्ट कर
firm,
सकते
you
हो.
have to run a firm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 4
Yeah.
प्रोजेक्ट
Very
कर सकते हो.
important. There's a COVID situation
Yeah.
where 2-3 months you got a big hit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and वो एक साल ही पूरा चला गया ना, in short, because of COVID and stuff. So I think so. Cash is a king is something.
और
that-
इसलिए हमारे डैशबोर्ड में यू वोंट बी सरप्राइज, हम लोग ने जो भी हम लोग फीस चार्ज करते हैं और जो हम लोग एक्सपेंडिचर कर रहे हैं, उसका पूरा हमारे पास में डेटा है. अगर हम लोग को कहाँ पे भी लग रहा है कि यार हम लोग वे चार्जिंग लो, वी इंक्रीज द फीस.
Okay.
सो पूरा हमारे पास में स्टार्ट से लेके एंड तक हम लोगों
So
ने.
I think to run a big firm, you have to keep 100% track of your expenses and of the fees which what you are charging, because within the period of time everything is increasing, the charges are increasing, the amount you are spending on the employees is increasing. So accordingly you have to keep 100% track on
Hmm.
your expenses.
What does luxury actually mean today? Everyone uses the word luxury, but what does genuinely mean to you as a designer? Is it material, space, service, or something you can define?
I think luxury is not at all using excess material, expensive material. It is more about ease,
Mhm.
comfort, and the timelessness.
Okay. So, but ease, comfort also can be got into something which is not luxury. Like, for example, not spending so much also can be luxury with ease. So, how
Yeah,
would you
so it can be.
differentiate?
It can be. So not always spending too much as luxury,
Hmm.
but you have to give that different feel, different look. So it gives you that feel of luxury when you are maybe this chair is not too expensive, but it's giving you that
Comfort.
comfort and that clean look. It will fall in the category of luxury, I think.
So, but why does the project cost so much if that's the case? Like, if the same chair or furniture, if I can get into a certain budget and I need not spend about crore or two in a project, and I can get that entire work done at a 30 or a 50 lakh ticket, 30 or a 50 lakh budget, why would I spend 1 crore?
Because it is about choices.
It's about choices.
Yeah, it's about having that comfort. Yeah,
Hmm.
you keep on adding things, you do automation, your budget is increased, you are getting that comfort.
Okay.
You use tunable dimmable lights, it is not required, but it is adding that comfort to you, that in evening you can have a little
Mood
3K
lights.
of lights, mood
Hmm.
lights.
Hmm.
So it's about adding 1, 2, 3 comforts as much possible. So
Hmm.
as your budget goes, that much you can add.
So basically, it's you're buying comfort in
Yeah.
short with,
Yeah.
with the amount what you have, right?
Yeah.
That's what, like, space is one of the comforts. Like, you have a larger room. If
You
you have a
can- you
larger
can-
room, you have more furniture.
You can open curtains by your hand as well. You
Okay.
can just put in automation.
Right. So everything costs, and that's what you're
Yes,
buying thing
yes.
for. Are Indian client developing their own idea of luxury, or are they still working from a Western reference point? How does the market work for you guys? Is it something where you are trying to push Indian luxury, or is it something where still we are following something, a reference point
We
from
at
abroad?
some point we are following the western part, but still there is something which we are developing ourselves.
Hmm.
So I think Indian designers have their own thought process, their own way of living, own way of everyday requirements, and according to that the designers are giving them.
Where do the
So-
Indian clients spend the most on? From, if you're taking of the entire home, they spend on which area they like to spend the most on?
I think they spend more on the initial parts of the interiors,
Like what?
and then they don't spend on the end part.
Okay, so how do you manage
That was the case, but as in enlargement,
No, but still there are many. Like initially, सब कुछ
Italian marble है.
veneer ही करना है,
Veneer
Italian
करना
marble ही
है.
लगाना
So
है,
they already
नक्शे
have a
का.
उनका thought process है
Initially
कि भाई
because
पहले
it
है
was
ही.
like that. There were not too many things which were kept for the last. Initially, मार्बल बहुत अच्छा लगा दिया, veneer बहुत अच्छा लगा दिया, तो घर बन गया. It was like that. But now there are so many things which we have to do. We have to have good curtains, good sofa set. We have to have good rugs, good artifacts. So there are many things which are kept later on.
How do you manage that budget? Say for example, मेरे पास आज 1 करोड़ ये खर्चने के लिए, वो 1 करोड़ ही रहेगा. मैं उसे 1 रुपया ऊपर खर्चा नहीं चाहता हूँ.
Yeah, so it is
right?
about the BOQ, na? So we
Yeah.
give a detailed BOQ of what you have to, if you're making 1 CR of a project, so at least minimum of 50,000 or 1 lakh has to be spent on planters.
Okay.
Then some amount has to be spent on artifacts. Then only your home will give that complete look which we expect at the last. So for that you have
Fair
to keep
enough.
that
So
budget.
basically, you budget for the later part as well at the initial discussion.
Adding to
Yeah,
Amrita,
yeah.
at the initial stage only, we zone the rooms, like कहाँ पे कितना पैसा खर्चा करना है. सो अगर आप देखो आपके यहाँ पे जो भी आप खुद भी बोलो या कोई भी आपके पास जब आता है, सो सबसे ज़्यादा वो टाइम स्पेंड करता है लिविंग रूम में, डाइनिंग में. सो आई थिंक वो ऐसी चीज़ है जहाँ पे आप इनिशियली आप जैसी एंट्री करते हो ना, इट शुड गिव अ वाव फैक्टर. सो नॉर्मली हम लोग क्लाइंट को बोलते हैं कि यार आपको अगर लेट्स से इफ आई टॉक अबाउट टाइल या मार्बल लगाना है, तो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि भाई आपको लगाना ही है तो आप कॉमन स्पेसेस पे लगाओ. देन फिर हम लोग जाते हैं उनके मास्टर बेडरूम पे, देन फिर पेरेंट्स या सन्स डॉटर रूम है, देन गेस्ट रूम. सो गेस्ट रूम इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी यू हैव टू हैव अ मार्बल इन द गेस्ट रूम. यू कैन हैव अ गुड 4x6 का 8x4 का टाइल और ऐसे ही आप बजट अचीव कर पाओगे.
You can
Right.
save
At
paneling
least
and
आपको
guest
पता
room
होना
because
चाहिए.
that is the least used room.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
accordingly, we divide the budget so that even if you're going in a home which has been done in 1 CR and you're going in a home which has been done in 5 CR, but the living room का जो luxuriousness है, जो ambience है, that has to be very good.
आपके बजटिंग को एक ऐड करने के लिए मैं सिर्फ एक चीज़ बताना चाहूँगा जो हम लोग एनाचमेंट में करते हैं. सो वी हैव ABC पॉलिसी. तो जहाँ पे हम लोग क्लाइंट को A कैटेगरी, B कैटेगरी एंड C कैटेगरी को डिफाइन करके एस्टिमेट देते हैं. देन फिर ही सीज कि कहाँ पे ही कैन क्लब द थिंग्स एंड देन वी कैन हैव फाइनल एस्टिमेट. A कैटेगरी मीन्स जहाँ पे अब पूरे घर में इटालियन मार्बल लगा रहे हो, देन यू आर हैविंग अ ग्रोहे या हैंड्स ग्रोहे का फिटिंग. एंड C कैटेगरी मीन्स आप 4x6 का टाइल लगा रहे हो, यू कैन हैव अ कोलर का फिटिंग. तो जो A कैटेगरी और C कैटेगरी में जस्ट इट इज द डिफरेंस ऑफ द मटेरियल ओनली,
Right.
बट फील में आपको कहाँ पे भी फर्क नहीं आएगा. बिकॉज स्पेंडिंग जैसे आपने बताया कि किसी का स्पेंडिंग 1 करोड़ है, किसी का 3 करोड़ है, तो कैसे डिफाइन कर पाएगा. दैट्स ही इज गोइंग टू डिफाइन.
There is luxury just feels meaningful and there is luxury just feels expensive. At what point a brief tip into something just loud? Like for example, अगर मुझे एक चीज को actually चाहिए, it's going to be worthwhile, और एक चीज खाली शौक है इसलिए लगाओ. So do you define like what is required and what is something where के शौक है इसलिए हम लगा रहे हैं, and ensure it's not too loud also. ज़्यादा गॉडी नहीं हो जाए कि यार सब जगह हमने मार्बल लगा दिया. या फिर Onyx, you put Onyx everywhere because Onyx is obviously about say
Very
$1,000
expensive.
plus
Yeah.
material. घर पे Onyx लगा दिया. So there are clients who wants something super loud. How do you manage those kind of clients? Or how do you manage the balance?
Still now we haven't faced this kind of clients. I think since very starting they know our taste,
Okay.
and then only they have boarded. So I think we are very much clear about where we are using those expensive material and where not we are using it. So I think you have to use it where it is required. Too much is too much of gaudy, and generally enhancement doesn't follow that kind of design taste.
How does enlargement? What does the name enlargement has?
I think
What
it
is
has come from a very kiddish start maybe. So it is like A stands for Amrita and N for Nikunj.
Okay.
And then I was architect. I am architect. So it's architecture and management. So it's enlargement.
Oh, it has a meaningful line.
Yeah, it has a meaningful, but it's from the childhood of our practice, I think.
Superb.
It is
Very
born
nice.
from there.
Now coming to you're managing about 50 projects, right? Roughly. Tell me, can you walk through of your total process of your business from the time you got a lead till the time you've given a final handover? What is the process you follow so all the projects are delivered at the right time, at the right quality, and as per the right satisfaction, which the client is the biggest thing to achieve in the whole business. So what is the process what you follow?
As 2-3 times as I have told you that we have this in-house ERP system which we have developed. So it is like as soon as the client is onboarded, the senior design head is allotted to that client, and then there is a dashboard which we allocate to the particular client and to the designer for that particular project. And there are a lot of checklists and master sheets which have been made there, which is accessible to the client and to the head designer and to the whole team working on that particular project. So everyone working on the project is on the same board. So all the data, all drawings, all sheets are available right there. So whatever changes are made has been made there itself. And so even like the BOQ, so there are changes in the BOQ eventually as we move forward on the project has been always made changes there. There are some live sheets like the payments which are happening on the site are live, visible to the client, to us, and to the whole design team.
And who updates all this? All the
so
sheets?
there is one back office team which has been developed, and there are some form filling systems which we have developed in office. Because of that, everything is updated. So every site visit, every client meeting, which maybe personally sometime only I and client are meeting, but there are some decisions which have been taken in that particular meeting. Those decisions are informed to the meeting through this dashboard, to the team member through this dashboard.
But the thing is, you need to update this dashboard on a live basis, right? For example, I had BOQ A, then now BOQ has gone to Y, for example, because that's all keep changing, right? So you
So
have the
design
version.
head has has the responsibility to keep this updated.
Okay.
So there is that, like, we have a Wednesday set for in our office to update all the data on their individual dashboard, and there is some different technical team sitting behind who is always looking after these sheets and making those sheets live for us to always have a look at the expenses on the site, to all the meetings what are happening, to all the decisions what are happening on that particular project, so that everyone is in the same loop.
Where do you most commonly project break? The brief, the client, the contractor, or the budget? What are the early signs of, that most designers miss? Like when they take a project of scale, like what you guys do, or generally a project. So where do you think that the designers miss?
So
in
I
terms of
think
delivery?
client,
The client.
yes, because what is the scale you're working on, you should know what kind of work I'm going to get from the outside. So if your client is good, you are going to have a good comfortable journey in completing the project. If the client mindset or your mindset, they are not on the same stage, I think at some point you are going to, you know, getting out of the project. You will feel, yeah, this is not what I wanted. So that's the thing. So I think client selection is very much important, which we have understood after almost 11 to 12 years.
Yeah, so now we are at the stage there where at some point of time even we backs out that okay, the frequency is not matching or the choices are not matching, and then I think it will not work out. So the project should not hamper. Afterwards, a dream house
Yeah.
for anyone. So there are times when we have backed out from the project or the client has backed out from
So
the
as
project,
a
and
new-
we take it very positively.
As a new designer, one
So you need to
thing,
choose the client wisely.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I think that stage comes after
later
some
only, after you do
experience.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
only.
obviously. You
Yeah,
start
yeah.
choosing right
Initially, you
client.
but
can't.
Usually
as
you
a
can't
designer,
choose.
but as a designer, one should, after sometimes you should also say no. Because sometimes, you know, we think that अरे ये project मिलेगा नहीं तो आगे कैसे होगा. As I told you, it is all just the belief and the manifestation work. अगर आप अच्छा कर रहे हो तो आपको प्रोजेक्ट आने ही वाला है, तो आपको नो भी कहते आना चाहिए. बहुत सारे लोग क्या है कि अरे इसको मेरे को हाँ बोलना ही पड़ेगा, ये मेरे रिलेटिव्स के रेफरेंस तो है. नहीं, आप अगर आज नो बोलेगे ना तो आप अच्छे रहोगे, नहीं तो फिर आपको वो प्रोजेक्ट में आधे में नो बोल के बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा. See, it's always
And your
being an
bandwidth
honest.
also. Jitna na bandwidth in a bad
Exactly.
project it goes, and you could have delivered few more other good projects,
Yeah.
right?
मेरे साथ बहुत सी
और
बार
उस-
होता है कि लोग बोलते हैं कि सर आप बहुत ज़्यादा चार्ज करते हो. बिल्कुल मैं करता हूँ. आज मेरा 25 लोगों का टीम है. आज मैं जो प्रोसेसेस दे रहा हूँ, मैं आज जो ERPs बना रहा हूँ, आज ये पूरा डेवलप करने के लिए मुझे लाखों रुपए खर्चे हुए हैं, तो मैं क्यों नहीं बोलना चाहिए. तो आई थिंक, और
And
लोग
we are
आते हैं.
giving that service. People
Exactly.
are open for having a good service. You know,
Okay.
the जो भी time period है, like for 10 months, for a year, for a 2 year, you are together. You have to give a good feel factor, a good service. Designers अच्छा design बहुत सारे लोग देते हैं, but they fail at giving that good service to them. So that is very important, that how the processes are going on. So I always, while designing, when we sit together in initial stage only, I tell to my clients that always give the positive vibes to that home,
Exactly.
because you will be staying there.
Right,
So
right.
जो भी आप सोच रहे हो, how are you feeling, those feelings will be there in that home. So always give a positive factor. If you are always in a firefighting mode, hyper mode, ये क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये ऐसा क्यों नहीं हुआ, so it will give that bad impression to the home also. It will always have those kind of feelings. And every home is a different. So for us, every project is a new project. So there will be every new mistake on the site. So every mistake has a solution. So we make sure that the client understand this at a very initial stage कि mistakes होने वाले हैं and वो rectify भी होने वाले हैं. So you just have to keep the patience, I think.
And you need to brief the client कि ये होने ही वाला है. Like
Yeah.
this is
इनिशियल लेवल में हम लोग बोल के रखते हैं, तो
Of
एटलीस्ट
course,
माइंड
they are very less, and with the practicing time, it has going less. But there are some mistakes can happen. Some decisions may
हम
fail.
हमारे टीम
but-
मेंबर्स को भी, इनफैक्ट मैं हर टाइम बोलता हूँ कि आप मिस्टेक्स करो, बट वो हर मिस्टेक है ना नहीं होना चाहिए. यानी आज
Don't
आपने जो
repeat the
डोंट
mistakes.
रिपीट द मिस्टेक्स, राइट.
आप क्लाइंट चेंजेस को कैसे मैनेज करते हो? क्लाइंट चेंज करता रहता है, प्रोजेक्ट के बीच में चेंज करता है, प्रोजेक्ट एंड होने का चेंज करता रहता है. देयर आर मल्टीपल चेंजेस एंड रिविजन्स व्हिच हैपेंस, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम क्लाइंट एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता कि मैंने चेंजेस किए, एक छोटा ही चेंज है यार, एक छोटा ही ये हो गया, वो हो गया. बट eventually who suffers? Your timeline suffers, your energy
टाइम पैसा
suffers,
सब जाता है.
सब जाता है उसमें, because we know what, as designers,
Yeah.
how much effort it goes to make a small change. उसको लगता है एक small change है, but that's not the case. So how do you manage that?
I think with the time of experience, initially तो ऐसे भी हुआ है कि पूरा डिजाइन ही चेंज हो गया है.
Uh-huh.
But now with the time of experience and with the confidence which we have, the changes have been reduced a lot.
Okay.
But still, if there are changes and if we feel that it is fruitful for the project, then those 2-3 changes we manage to do it. There is no option for that, but they are very less with the time.
And client does not accept ना. वो problem है कि if he has done.
So for
say,
that we have a
10
very
change.
strong backup system,
What
the
is that?
ERP
If-
system,
what do
where
you do
each and
to-
every,
do you note
like
down
for
anything?
example, very recently we have increased the size of the walk-in wardrobe which client wanted, and then every decision taken on the site has been noted on our dashboard. There is some system which is noted that who is taking the decision and what is the impact of that decision. So if that room is extended and the electrical false ceiling work has been done, so we take the timeline from those contractors कि ये सब change करने को कितना time लगेगा, and those dates are posted on that dashboard. So everything is right in front of the client that because this decision was changed, the timeline has increased.
So that's and then he gets to decide whether this change is wise.
Yeah,
at
so
the
many
point
time
what
because of
project is.
this very much open concept of working and talking, many a times client has decided, okay, no, we are not changing. I
You're
think
not
it
changing.
is, yeah,
We'll
yeah,
stick
it
back
has
to the
happened
entire
because he
thing.
has seen, oh, the 10 days will go in doing, because that time we are just focusing on that change, but there are multiple other changes which happens in background. So
And then if there are changes because of the designer's fault, that also sometimes happens. And what do you do on those things? Because
those chances are very less now. I think we have very strong drawings. The drawings goes under 2-3 checks and then they are delivered on the site. So those kind of changes are very rare.
how detailed is your project brief given to your team before the actual work starts? And say for example, you handle the client meeting, and you know the entire project brief, and that same thing has to be given to your team member. Okay, by so and so things is what the client is expecting, or client is a very high profile client, or client is expecting so and so things. He wants a say a chandelier, or he wants a waterfall, or he wants XYZ, some absurd, or something which is very fancy and something which is abnormal he wants in a project, and that entire brief has to go to your team member. So how do you manage that?
As I told you, like at a very initial stage only we start filling the form from the client where all his requirements have been taken care, and that directly goes on the dashboard of the person handling that project. So in return format they get it at a very initial stage before meeting the client only.
Okay.
And then whenever the first meet is happening, my whole background team is decided that who will be working on that project, and we meet with that whole team only. So from very first day, client is also introduced to the design head, and design head also from the day one they give us the requirement, they know that what is coming in, and then it helps us to give them good design, and they also are very much aware of from where
so
the client
all
is
your
coming.
employees knows exactly what has happened historically on this project, or someone who's worked on a certain brief. Every brief has been
Yeah,
recorded
yeah,
on the
100%.
dashboard.
I think we have a very open office culture kind of thing. All my team members are almost like a family to us, so we discuss everything and they talk to the client whenever they have any problem. There are no restrictions on like not talking to the client or something like that. So it's all very much open. They are open on when they want to visit the sites. So if there are local sites, it is not I who instruct them that you go to the site. It is they decide that today there is the need to go to the site, or today it is the need to make a client meeting. So they inform me that we are doing this meeting.
Do you have a execution checklist of things? For example, a carpenter has to follow, painting guy has to follow, civil guy has to follow, like, because since you're managing in so many cities, unless you have a checklist or a process defined clearly for execution, you won't be delivering at the same quality at all
Yeah,
the time.
100%.
For example, you had tile being laid, and obviously as a mandate, if there is epoxy on the tile, it's always better
Yeah.
rather than a paper joint, which
Yeah.
is which is not good
Yeah.
because obviously the tiles getting cracked and all
Yes.
chances are much more higher, and for maintenance also epoxy is very good. Then there are certain standards for how the WC height has to be and blah blah blah. So how do you what is the checklist what you follow as an organization?
There are checklists for the team members also, that whenever they visit site, what they have to look for, what they have to check for. And there are checklists in Hindi, Marathi languages for the contractors. So when they
Yeah,
are
you do. You
working,
have a checklist converted into
yeah,
that for them
yeah,
also.
we have to have that, because they are doing the work, so they have to be aware that what standards we want.
They follow the checklist, like they tick mark everything. How does it
Not
happen?
tick
that
marking,
is-
but
Tell
that
me
is
the
in
real
front
time.
of them.
So supervisor is there, who is the person who is going to get the things done from them.
Yeah.
कि भाई ये करना है, तो इसके लिए ट्रेनिंग बहुत अवेयर होता है. बिकॉज देखो, आज मैं कोई किसी को बोलता हूँ कि ये करना है, बट अनटिल अनलेस उसके पीछे का मोटिव क्या है उसको हम लोग पहले अगर ट्रेनिंग में नहीं बताएंगे तो वो नहीं करेगा. बिकॉज इतने साल से वो जो प्रैक्टिस करता है, इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर हिम टू चेंज हिज माइंड. तो ये हम लोग को ट्रेनिंग में करना ही पड़ता है. और जैसे अमृता ने बताया, वी हैव चेकलिस्ट फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द टीम. ऑन बोर्ड करने से ही हम लोग वो करते हैं, ताकि उसको वो हैम्पर होते रहे कि बॉस आज यहाँ पे एनहांसमेंट स्टूडियो में अगर काम करना है तो यही प्रोसेसेस से अपने को काम करना पड़ेगा. और जब 2-3-4 महीने जब वो काम करता है, वो उसका मसल मेमोरी बन जाता है. तो उसको मालूम है कि, और वी हैव डिवाइडेड द प्रोजेक्ट इनटू द फेजेस, राइट. सो पहले फेज में लेट्स से उनको फॉल सीलिंग, इलेक्ट्रिकल, एसी या फिर जो प्लाई के सपोर्ट्स लगाना है, ये पूरे प्रोसेसेस में उसका एक फेज 1 डिफाइन करा है, तो उसकी सबकी चेकलिस्ट है. सेकेंड चेकलिस्ट में तो दीज आर द मेनी थिंग्स जो प्रोसेसेस में सेट है. और क्लाइंट को भी हम लोग पहले ही दिन में पूरा प्रोसेस भी पूरा उनको एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, तो क्लाइंट ऑल्सो फील अलूफ कि यार चलो डिज़ाइनिंग, इंटीरियर डिज़ाइनिंग कर रहा हूँ, बट वो जर्नी एंजॉय करना जरूरी है, राइट. उसको हर एक वो चीज़ प्रोसेस अगर आप बताते हो, ही ऑल्सो लाइक द
और
थिंग्स.
कितना टाइम आपने स्पेंड किया ये पूरे प्रोसेस बनाने में? लाइक
I think-
एक सारा
I think
काम
2-3
धंधा
years.
ऑपरेशन
2-3 years.
2-3 years has been gone when we started making this ERP system and all these checklists and everything, because it got updated as we move forward. So at कुछ साइड से कुछ लर्न किया, then we added something, then we added something.
आज भी हम लोग लर्निंग स्टेज में.
Yeah, so it is always a learning stage.
always
Yeah.
processes
Yeah,
are never ending
yeah.
बट
thing, no?
3 years बैक, एज अमृता मेंशन, हम लोगों ने पेन पॉइंट देखा कि यार हम लोग इतना काम कर रहे हैं, तो प्रोजेक्ट्स कैसे बढ़ाए, तो क्या चीज़ें करें जिससे हम लोग ऑपरेशन से बाहर निकल सके. तो दैट आई थिंक, अगर आपके चेकलिस्ट सब अच्छे हैं, आपके सब है, तो आप बाहर निकल सकते हो, लोगों को मिल सकते हो, देन यू कैन गेट मोर प्रोजेक्ट्स.
What's that one tool that changed your work, the way you work? That's one tool, one software that's genuinely made you better at work, in terms of designing, in terms of operation, or in terms of sales, or whatever, any facet of
I
your
think
business.
it's tools se zyada it was a mentorship. Before
Mentorship.
2-3 years, we found our mentor to whom we are following, and it changed everything.
Yeah.
Through him only we were able to create this ERP system, because of which we are able to grow in so many cities and do so many projects on board. So I think everyone should have a mentor in life, especially the co-founders, the founders who are the owners of the company. They doesn't have to answer to anybody. So many times they also need some mentorship, someone to whom they are answerable. And that's what made a lot of difference in us, I think.
Yeah, very true.
3D renders are 3D realistic renders. Is it something, has the made your life easy, or is it made your life tough?
No, 100% easy,
Easy?
because client can see exactly what will be happening on the site. And yeah, it is.
So
And
since
so how do you take those renders? Like, for example, why did I ask you this question is, client comes to me like, yaar mujhe jo dikha hai waisa exactly I want as it is, and there are certain times they don't understand the practicalities कि ये चीज नहीं बन सकती
So many times
because उस artist ने दिया है.
it's many times you have to show the real facts in starting. तो starting से ही अगर तुम बोलोगे कि our actual sites are more beautiful than the rendered, so that thing will be keep on knocking in his head. But अगर starting से ही if you are saying कि मेरा render जैसा है वैसे ही बनेगा, so he will be very keen कि ये अब वैसा क्यों नहीं है. So you know, some facts you have to continuously say to them since starting, so they have that thing in mind since starting कि okay, there are some differences in 3D renders and in the actual part.
Okay.
And then they accept it, I think.
Should design students be worried about AI, or is it something they should take benefit of AI and work better?
I think they
what's your
should take
opinion?
benefit, and there is so much of thing to work on it. And
Are you
it's
using AI like anyway in your
Yeah, 100%
rendering
we
system or designing or
yeah
drawings?
we have to use it, and we are keen on learning new AI tools also, we ourselves, and we make some training sessions for our team members on AI so that they give the delivery fast.
Yeah, because I've been generating working drawings out of Claude. Like I was
Wow.
Yeah,
telling you,
yeah.
could, yeah, so elevations and stuff in Claude.
Yeah.
Gemini I
Maybe
use for
they
walkthroughs.
doesn't give that much precision,
Accuracy,
and
yeah, it
accuracy
doesn't
is
now.
still
That's
not there, but I think it will come in
For
near
the
future.
initial discussion, that's
Yeah,
okay,
initial
because which
discussion.
will
It gives you a walkthrough. I was showing
yeah,
him
yeah.
also like Gemini.
Yeah.
You can create project walkthroughs, which is
Walkthrough,
like
yeah.
amazing, no? Like initially, just to give a visualization, and that time you haven't taken any advances from the client side. Just to, instead of a mood board, if you're giving a realistic render of
Yeah.
his entire home in a not so accurate way, and client
Yeah.
also knows that
Yeah.
it's not that accurate. That's a
I
win-win.
wish that now clients should also accept that positively. If
Mhm.
their 3D views and walkthroughs are generated on AI, it's not at all a bad thing. I mean, the thought process and everything is new, but then we are just using that software. So I think they should also have that open mind to accept that it has
Right.
been generated on AI.
I mean, I think so. I think so. Recently, I had a client who wants to get about 32 rooms hotel done. I was telling you about,
Uh-huh.
and I told him that why don't you send me the render which your architect has done, because she want to get rooms done.
Right.
I'll use AI. I'll give you a faster view
Right.
and
Not
give you a
everyone
budget.
is that open, I
And she was
feel.
okay. She's like, whatever, the AI or you do a render, because I
Yeah.
told her that unless we come to a
Same.
material engagement where you sign up or
Yeah.
give some
Yeah,
advances,
right.
then I'll give you an AI view. And she was quite happy with that. So I think so. That's why you said, no, the client's mindset has to change, but not in a way that AI can do everything.
Yeah.
I don't think so. AI is going to replace
Impossible.
because they are not going to do the things on the stuff what we are going. So I don't-
Contracting, I don't think so. AI
No,
will
no.
ever replace, because
So that is good
Yeah.
tool for getting designing
Things done
things
fast.
fast. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good tool where you'll make you efficient. But I think so the whole contracting, where the labor leverage what India has as a
Mhm.
country, I think so next 10 to 15 years, I don't think so the leverage goes out. Till the
Yeah.
time we have a labor leverage, the lot of blue collar jobs which cannot be replaced.
Replaced.
Right.
So
Yeah.
especially
True.
for contracting, if you're into a contracting business, is what I feel, that cannot be replaced through AI anytime soon. Can
Right.
make them efficient. Obviously, your controls are better, quality is better, processes are better, but I don't think so contracting can be replaced by AI.
definitely.
Designing to a certain extent will make them much more faster, is what
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah,
Because
the speed will
the
be
speed will be
increasing.
faster right now. If I want to get a project done in, say, earlier it used to take me 15 or 20 days, it can be done in a week's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is something, it's an efficiency.
Designing time can be reduced.
Yeah, that's an efficiency.
Yeah.
But I don't think so client can design things or become very creative through AIs, because
Yeah.
obviously when your prompts also matters a lot.
Yeah.
Like what prompts you give to.
Yeah.
Say tomorrow he says that I want a marble in the entire home. तो पूरे घर पे marble बना
Wall
के
पे भी
body
लगा
बना देगा.
देगा.
Wall पे भी लगा देगा ना marble. But then you come up with a very contemporary or a modern view के
Yeah.
भाई use marble in a very contemporary
Yeah.
way. Then obviously with that prompt,
Flooring.
your entire home is a very different thing.
Right.
And then what you say is don't overuse the whole marble. So I think so those kind of small details as a designer, what you can add value is
That
going to
AI
help you.
will
add.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
help you to a larger extent. What does enlargement do in terms of, as soon as you hire a new employee and who has come out fresh from a design school, or a architect who has come fresh out from a college, just joined your studio, what are the few things you tell them to unlearn, and what are the few things you tell them to learn? Because design schools or colleges does not give you a practical view on the
Yeah.
ground, what's happening, or the
Yeah.
way you guys operate. So,
So
what are the few
for
things what you
us,
guys
we
do?
have developed a training sessions which are already on our dashboard. So
Mhm.
a new person coming in for 2 days, he have to spend on those sessions only. So the sessions are totally recorded in the office on as how we are making the drawing, which symbol means what, because every designer have their own type of working, own type of drawings. So we have made some videos which they have to go through for 2-3 days,
And they
and
have to
then
work on your layer system, like
of
in,
course,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
of course, then
compulsory.
only the so many people
That's why
can work
10 days
together.
training session is there.
Yeah. And then after that, every 15 days, we have a training session where maybe Nikunj or me, we are giving, or some senior architects from our office are giving session on particular topic. Every time we pick up some topic, maybe at some time we just speak about electrical drawings. Sometime we'll speak about only the plumbing drawings. And then every team member can ask their doubts, their questions, and we deliver some presentation that how these drawings have to be made, what things they have to keep in mind. In fact, we have kept such that many times we keep contractor coming in and delivering the session, because he's the person who totally works on ground and who knows that what is wrong in our drawings.
Hmm.
So many times he directly give training to the team members that what things they should keep in mind and what goes wrong many a times with respect to electrical and plumbing things. So this gives this is an ongoing process. So every 15 days we have kept one day for a training sessions.
Sounds good. Technical skills can be learned in a classroom, but taste and design instinct, can you actually develop those, or do some people have it and others don't?
I will, some people 100% have it from start, from maybe they have that particular taste of color and choice and everything. But I would say that some of my team members have developed that taste staying with me. So they are with me since 4 years, 5 years, and now they know that in this situation what Amrita ma'am will be selecting, and they know what to speak there. So
Okay.
I think sometimes it is possible if the person is open for learning, they can develop that taste and acquire that. And many times we are fortunate enough to having the person who have that good taste inbuilt in him or her.
So as a firm, also you have to see that the team members you are working from last 3-4 years with you, so they shouldn't be just work as a just a senior architect. They should take step ahead and they should work as a leader, so that they can just put their feet into your shoes and you can just tell them, boss, aap ye decision le sakte ho. That's only you can grow as a bigger firm.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. So, someone who's just graduating, a big studio, freelancing, or a niche, what should be the right move as soon as you get out of college?
So I think niche should be the firm. So we take almost in a week 4-5 interviews. So I always ask them, what is your priority? So it shows their characters as well. So getting a work is your priority or getting a paid is your priority. So it depends upon that. So if you want to grow as a newcomer in big, I personally feel you should join a good niche small scale firm where your work will be more. You will be having a good exposure for minimum of 1 to 1.5 year. You will learn a lot for a particular project, scratch from drawings, site visits. So that's in enlargement we do. So I think small scale firm he should join.
What is the one advice if someone had given you 11 years back, would have changed completely the way you are operating? Hadn't you known today, you would have progressed far better than what you are. Obviously, you guys are doing really well. Congratulations on
being
that.
a-
But still, you would have thought that
Yeah.
if someone had told you
It
11
happens.
years back.
I think being a designer, everyone has a thought process that you are only the best and you can design best and you can choose the best. But it's not like that. When you're running a business, you have to delegate the work, you have to rely on other people's choices, and then make sure that it works as per your requirement.
So
So
basically, it's
that
not like
delegation
you
we have started since last 2 years or something.
delegation. So basically, you wish you had delegated more work
Mhm.
Yeah.
and picked up more work. What about you?
Exactly.
So I think, as Amrita rightly said, delegation is one of the thing, and I think manifestation, which works a lot for me, because many a times we, as a person or a designer, we think negatively first. This is not going to happen. If, let's say, since we are doing a big projects, नॉर्मली बिफोर दैट वी यूज्ड टू हैपन, अरे यार ये हमसे क्यों कराएगा, मैं तो अभी टीम साइज भी नहीं है. So I think you have to change your belief, and that is one of the thing. If your mentor comes in that particular situation, he helps you out कि बॉस आप भी कर सकते हो, जस्ट आपको एक बिलीफ लाना है. एंड जो हमारे साथ में लास्ट 3-4 years हो रहा है, ये शायद अगर 13-14 साल पहले होता तो शायद हम लोग और ग्रो कर जाते थे.
Okay, and see, belief, manifestation, motivation is few things which last for a very short period of time.
Right.
How do you make this as a habit?
Mhm.
Only when you make this as a habit, you follow it on a daily basis. That's how you make it part of you own it.
Yeah.
Like it becomes part of you. So I too also sometimes I'll give you my example or so once you watch some videos or something, a reel, something online
Mhm.
which lasts in your
your mind.
memory for a certain period of time, but obviously after 4 days, after 5 days, again you look out for some kind of kick, but that doesn't happen. It's not in a real world. So how do you make manifestation into a discipline and then into a habit?
So I will tell you. So I follow a process of ABCD in my life.
Okay.
That is A for attitude, B for belief, C for consistency, and D for decision. So I personally believe if any of the thing you are doing, you should normally whatever things I go for the best. So अगर कुछ करना है तो बेस्ट करना है, नहीं तो नहीं करना है. सो आई थिंक कंसिस्टेंसी इज़ द थिंग जो आपको आगे लेके जाती है, जो आपको अच्छे से कोई भी चीज़ करने में मोटिवेट करती है. और आई सीन वन ऑफ द वीडियो ऑफ रोनाल्डो. ही जस्ट सेड वंस कि आई कैन गिव द रोड मैप, but you cannot be a Ronaldo because you cannot do the consistency forever. So I think मुझे लगता है कि आप रोड मैप हर एक के पास, हर एक को पता है कि मेरे को अच्छा डिज़ाइनर बनना है, बट आपको वो कंसिस्टेंट होना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आपको छोटे प्रोजेक्ट्स अच्छे से डिलीवरी करना है, आपको क्लाइंट से अच्छे रिलेशन रखना है, आपकी जब टीम है उनसे अच्छे से, सिर्फ काम के लिए नहीं है. आज भी मेरे यहाँ पे जितने भी मेरे टीम मेंबर्स हैं, उनके मदर एंड फादर के बर्थडे को भी या एनिवर्सरी को भी हम लोग फ़ोन करते हैं. दैट्स एज आई टोल्ड यू, यू शुड हैव कीप इन टच रिलेशन विथ एवरीवन. So I think that's how you can grow.
And how do you improve on your belief? Like as you had mentioned, okay, I would not do any project below 1 crore.
Mhm.
I mean that's a crazy belief to have. You know, I mean when you would not have thought maybe 10 years back.
You won't believe one of the project which we did first as an Enhancement Studio, that was of 25 acres.
Oh wow!
So when Amrita joined in Enhancement, so like we 2014 we started a firm. When we got married, at that stage only I told her, you are not going to do the job. I'll get a work for you. And you won't believe, just on my confidence, that particular person give me the work of 25 acres. So now I realize that was the manifestation only, which I know, consciously. So when we started Enhancement, we never thought of doing a 1 BHK or 2 BHK, because we are very clear about that. We have to do the work of 3 BHK and above. So we used to do all the things. We have done resorts as well. We have done builders projects as well. But last few years, as our mentor told us, that if you want to grow in your life, you have to be very specific in particular project. So from last 4 to 5 years, we are very specific. We do high-end bungalows, we do high-end apartments for the HNIs, then politicians. That's our core. So I think, so I'm more into manifestation.
So the last one question is Nikunj and Amrita, if whatever you shared today was genuinely very useful for the one who's watching our podcast. But there's one thing what most of the people who are listening are design students or graduates starting from absolute zero, no connections, no big projects, nothing on their portfolio yet. What is that one concrete action what they need to do, they need to take on a Monday morning to start building towards the kind of careers what you have today? So what is the thing what they need to do? Forget motivation, forget other things, because as I'm believer, like motivation is very short term. So what is action what they need to take on a Monday morning to make them successful, to build a career?
I think, okay, you don't have any references, you don't have any connects, nothing, but you have your relationships. So check your contact list. You have your uncle, aunt, mama, mami, chacha, chachi. Many a times even they don't know that you have started this business. So at least take a lead and at least in the morning call those 10 people. say hi, hello, and just inform them, oh, I have started this business. And I am sure maybe they are not making any house, but they know that someone else is making, and then they can connect to you. So I think this is the very basic thing that anyone can do, because you always have relationship, you have your relatives around you, you have your friends. So at least tell to your first relationship people that what you are doing and how you are doing. Send them your basic portfolio, and 100% someone will convert, I think.
And what about you, Nikunj?
So normally, when you are asking the question to Amrita, I was just thinking one of my mentor told me about this. So he tells that you should start in SSG mode. So it means start simple घटिया. सो आपको स्टार्ट करना है. मेनी पीपल थिंक्स कि यार मैं बेस्ट करूँगा, मेरे को जब 3 BHK आएगा तब मैं प्रोजेक्ट करूँ. नहीं, आपको जो अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रहा है स्टार्ट द वर्क और उससे आपका पोर्टफोलियो बनाओ एंड देन यू कैन ग्रो एंड यू कैन जस्ट, जैसे अमृता ने बताया, यू हैव टू, सो प्रमोटिंग योर सेल्फ इज ऑल्सो इन साइंस एंड आर्ट. आपको अपने आप को कैसे प्रेजेंट करना है ये भी बहुत ज़रूरी है और ये हम लोगों ने रिसेंटली सीखा है. पहले हम लोग को नहीं लगता था कि हम लोग इंस्टाग्राम पे आए या पॉडकास्ट कुछ करे या कोई मीटिंग सेशन में जाए. तो मैं अमृता को बोलता कि यार हमारे पास में इतने प्रोजेक्ट्स कर रहे हैं तो व्हाई नॉट, लोगों को भी पता चलता है. वी कैन ऑल्सो ऐड सम एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ आवर्स टू न्यू पीपल जिनको हम लोगों ने कुछ चीज़ मिस करी है या जो हम लोगों ने कुछ रॉन्ग करा है तो शायद उन लोगों के साथ में नहीं होए. तो मुझे लगता है कि इट हेल्प्स अ लॉट. तो आई थिंक यू शुड स्टार्ट.
Just start.
Just start. Don't
Start
think.
anyhow. Don't make
Start it.
portfolio too fancy. Make it and send it.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि लोग आपके काम से ज़्यादा है ना आपके कॉन्फिडेंस पे बहुत बिलीव करते हैं कि यार ये बंदे को अगर मैं काम दूंगा ये कर पाएगा या नहीं
कर
कर
लेगा,
पाएगा. कोई भी डिजाइनर अच्छा या बुरा नहीं होता. इट इज जस्ट द कॉन्फिडेंस व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू गिव इन योर क्लाइंट्स माइंड.
Superb. Thanks a lot, Amrita and Nikunj, and best of luck on what you guys are doing. It was great to have you over, and I'm sure that today's discussion would help a lot of aspiring designers who are aspire to be at the scale what you guys are doing. And grow
So
more.
just through your medium we just would like to thank to our mentors, our parents, जिन लोगों ने हम लोग को यहाँ तक लाया है, सपोर्ट किया है, मेरे फ्रेंड्स है एंड जिनके वजह से हम लोग आज ये 14 ईयर्स का हम लोग का बहुत अमेजिंग जर्नी रहा है. हम लोगों ने अप्स डाउन्स देखे हैं. बट एक चीज़ है जो मैं सबको बोलना चाहूँगा कि यू शुड हैव अ मेंटर इन योर लाइफ जो आपको सही पाथ बताए, सही रास्ता बताए. बिकॉज you will, let's say if you're starting a journey from Pune to Mumbai, you will go Mumbai by anyhow, but आपको वो जर्नी किस तरह से जाना है, कितने शॉर्टकट्स लेके जाना है, किसके जो ऑलरेडी एक्सपीरियंस है उसके साथ जाना है, ये बहुत मैटर करता है. एंड थैंक यू सो मच टू यू राज. आज आपने हम लोग को यहाँ पे बुलाया एंड वी आर वेरी ऑनर्ड टू बी इन योर पॉडकास्ट. थैंक यू सो मच.
Yes,
Welcome, welcome.
thank you, Raj. It was nice talking to you.
Great. Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.